What are your NSFW or slightly illegal life hacks? I have one that my dad did back in college. More of a one-time life hack than anything. His professor basically spent all his free time writing and trying to sell to Hollywood a script for a movie. He was barely there during office hours. He was super disorganized when it came to the students. Things like that. Come finals. And my dad slept through it. He slept through the final and was absolutely panicking. So he decided to play things a little underhanded when grades were posted, and his was naturally not there. He went to the professor and said, "Sir, about my test score, I noticed that it wasn't posted." Technically true, although he didn't state the reason why the score wasn't there. The professor began looking through his notes and obviously didn't find the test, but the professor was so disorganized that he was convinced that he had lost the test. "Oh, yeah, you got a B+," he said, quickly jotting the grade down on the grade sheet. My dad got up, walked out, and never effing looked back. In 8th grade I lived in an apartment and I used to stick a wad of tissue paper up the vending machine change return, and every evening I'd reach up there and pull my day's loot of change down. I'd pocket about $7 per day. People just assumed the machine ate their change. I remember as a kid I was at a science fair at the university center in my town. I didn't get my change from buying a drink in the machine and reached up to see if it was stuck. Imagine my surprise when I felt some duct tape, pulled it off, and about $30 of change came out. Best of all, the arcade in the center was 3 feet away. That was a good day. As bored kids, while mom shopped, we would play the video games at the front of the store. Many times on the old cabinets they had dual coin slots and one would be jammed. Sometimes with nickels or other coins kids like us tried to use to trick the game. So many times we worked on those and ended up making money. One time we got it unjammed and then gained about $7 in quarters. We felt we were rich. If you get a parking ticket, keep the envelope/ticket. After you pay it, you can now park in that area for free. Just put the old ticket on your windshield or whatever whenever you park. Got about an entire year's worth at my university. If your cable bill has gone up a lot, call the company and scream that you want to cancel and go to a competitor. You'll be transferred to their attention department and they'll try and save you as a customer. Meaning adding promise. If you escalate it enough, you can get some nice deals. Source: I used to work for Time Warner Cable. When I was a teenager I would go to Walmart Point etc, put on a new pair of shoes and leave my old ones in the box and walk out. After a while I would go back with a crappy pair of shoes, find the same pair and swap out again. I skateboarded as a kid and my mom was poor, so I went through a pair of shoes every month. Once got a lot of hate for posting this to /r/life pro tips, but it's definitely worked for me. Hotel lobbies are a great place to kill time if you need to wait for someone or something in a city. I live in New York City, and occasionally I've had to wait on a relative taking a bus into town, or someone is late for something, and then I just find a relatively swank hotel with a nice waiting area and a couch and sit there. It'll usually be about 20 minutes before anyone says anything. And if you need more time, just say you're waiting for a friend who is staying at the hotel. You can hang out in hotel lobbies for days. Nobody is going to say a word. This is not much of a trick. If you need somewhere to store your stuff while traveling, just go to any good hotel lobby and have them check it. Doesn't cost anything. Used to do this all the time during trade shows. Just go to the most convenient hotel and check all the stuff you picked up at the show, so you don't have to carry it around. Update: wow, didn't know this would be such a surprise to so many people. When you go in, just treat it like you are supposed to be there and nobody will say a word. By the way, this can also work at high-end restaurants that have a coat check. I just figured this one out a couple days ago. If you've been trying to pirate an electronic textbook or any other book but simply aren't having any luck, this method takes a bit more effort than just torrenting, but it's basically guaranteed to work. Software you'll need: Kindle PC app, a biPhone reader, OCR software, easy to torrent, optional, Adobe Acrobat, full program, not just the reader, also easy to torrent, Dropbox. Amazon usually offers 7-day free trials on most of their ebooks. First, find the book you want and get the trial delivered to your Kindle PC app. Install Dropbox because it has a feature that saves screenshots when you print screen. rather than having to paste it manually. I'm sure there's better software out there, but this works fine. Set your monitor to portrait mode, as this will allow you to get the highest resolution image possible. Then open the book, set to full screen, and keep pressing print screen and right arrow. It's fast and painless process. At the end of it, your Drive, Dropbox /screenshots folder will be full of PNGs. You can do a 300-page book in under 5 minutes. At this point, you'll combine the files in Acrobat. First, open Acrobat and go to Preferences, Convert to PDF, PNG, and make sure to choose a lossless compression method. JPEG 2000 lossless works best. Then sort the folder by date, so that the files are in order, and just highlight, right-click, combine in Acrobat, and voila, you have a PDF with all your pages. If you need the book to be searchable, just open in a BIFIN editor, let it do its thing, and save as a new PDF. Acrobat has OCR built in, but its BI is phenomenal. Enjoy your new ebook. Does your DMV have a refined huge line out the door all day during open hours? F that and F making an appointment like a nerd. Thinking ahead is for ops. Arrive at the DMV literally within minutes of the office closing. Walk right past the hundreds of desperate human beings just trying to get far enough up the line to not be cut off when the door closes. Walk your way right past that and to the back of the building where the bathrooms are, and take a glorious victory piss. As you walk back from the best piss of your life, the doors will be closed and you can slip into the new 7-person long line. Also, please note that every single employee in the building will now have their full attention dedicated to handling everyone's shit in a timely manner, because no one gets to go home until the room is clear. Enjoy your 7-minute trip to the DMV at 5 PM on a Saturday with no appointment. Let me just clarify the DMV structure in my area, since it's becoming really clear from all the replies I'm getting that not all DMVs use the same system. At the DMV I go to, and the other two within an hour's drive, you first hit a little station, where you turn in a single form which declares the purpose of your DMV visit. They then print you a number letter combo that corresponds to the place in line and department you will be dealing with. Then you get herded into a large waiting room to listen to letter number combos get rattled off and directed to window numbers. The main bottleneck my scam avoids is before that first desk. I avoid the cute off when the door shuts, then get a legitimate number, and then wait with all the other people who made it in before the close. As for showing up early, it never seems to matter. I've showed up 2 hours early, only to be greeted with a line so long there are lunch trucks and guys with BBQ corn carts pandering to the masses. I first discovered this move worked after sitting in line for over an hour fighting to control a soul-crushing wedge. The DMV was about to close, and I had lost hope that I would make it in. But I sure as F wasn't gonna clench and carry this belly full of hellfire home with me, so I broke ranks and walked into lay waste to their toilets before angrily driving home empty-handed. After losing 12 pounds in 10 minutes, I walked back to the front door to find it closed, and a handful of people who made it in waiting to be assigned numbers. I filled out my paper and hopped right in behind the last dude. If you want to stay in a particular hotel in an area, rather than using Prisaline or one of the discount sites, call the actual hotel directly, then explain that you want to make a reservation and you're with the conference that's there that weekend, so you need that group discount rate. When he/she asks what conference, just start talking about how your assistant didn't give you that information and you're looking for it, and just keep talking while you suggest that they just tell you which conferences are there. They'll start listing them, and you can pick one. One time, the only group rate was for a college reunion, and when I said, yeah, that one, the woman was surprised I wouldn't remember my own college name, but still gave me the discount. Getting rooms for $75-90 instead of $200-300 can be a huge money saver. In any major area, invariably there will be something going on every weekend. If the hotel isn't a terrible one, I've been traveling for 2 decades with that trick and haven't yet had it not work.